Hey, rich people, how y'all doing? All right, so let's go ahead and hop into it. Today is day 3. I feel fine. So, yesterday was fine. Like, I didn't really have any issues. I was kind of just like short to the point, get this done, because work was just kind of busy yesterday. So I don't really feel like that had anything to do with, I don't think it had anything to do with me doing the juicing opposed to like eating regular food. I didn't finish my juice yesterday, so this is how much I had left. I take 3 jars, just like these, 3 of these jars. And this is 32 ounces. But I fill them all the way up to the top. So they probably more like 34 ounces. But yeah, so I'll fill 3 of these up with juice. Yesterday, I didn't fill them up because I switched out the juicing recipe a little bit. Like I told y'all, it would be only calling for maybe 2 or 3 pieces of kale, but then it'll have apple and blueberries and all these other fruits. And I'm like, you're real heavy on the fruit. Where them vegetables at? I actually really like greens. So it ain't nothing for me to throw a whole thing of kale in there. So day 1, I was juicing the whole bunch instead of doing like only a 2 or 3 pieces of kale. And I'm using dinosaur kale because that's what they had at Sprouts. So yesterday I ended up splitting it up. So I was running late, so I only ended up having time to do 2 recipes. And I did 1 bunch of kale, and I split that up between the 2 recipes that I that ended up juicing. So it was fine, but I definitely didn't get as much juice to where it would have been able to fill me up 3 of these jars. So that's what I'm going to do today when I juice. I'm going to do a whole thing of kale, a whole bunch of kale, and then the recipe also calls for some celery, so I'm going to do a whole head of celery. So I'll see how those come out, and I'll tell y'all about that tomorrow, okay? So this is what I'm drinking this morning, some of the leftover juice from yesterday, and then I'm going to, my 3rd jar that I didn't drink is, it has a little bit of space in it, so I'm going to top that off and then drink that as well. I always drink juice that was left over from the day before first, so that way I'm getting it out and it's not sitting. I mean, I don't really care about leaving it over to the next day, but I ain't eating nothing, so I might as well start with what was left from the day before. I feel that the Nama Juicer does well. I really don't be having a lot of like bubbles, symbolizing like the oxidization. But I do notice that I get a lot of residue. Like, y'all kind of can see that it's not super clear. And I know this does not look super appealing, but it is really good. It's pretty sweet, probably like from the fruits and stuff. And I think it's because now some of my art people on here help me out. I think it's because I have blueberries in here, and then I also have kale. And doesn't, when you mix blue and green, it make brown? I don't really know. So for my arts folks, y'all go ahead and drop that in the comments for the folks, and let me know. So, but if y'all will be able to see that it like has like a lot of residue on there, and it's not really getting it as, it's really smooth. So I can't say it's not getting it as smooth as I would like, but I don't really like having this residue. Like, I didn't have that with my other juicer, but then I also wasn't juicing the stuff that I'm juicing now. So I've never juiced blueberries. Oh, this also has raspberries in it. I've never juiced raspberries or strawberries, like stuff like that. Grapes. I've never juiced grapes. So I don't know if it's because that skin is so like thin and whatever the case is, that it's not like, you know, orange or lemon, some kale, like it's not stuff like that, that it's not able to really catch it. And then I always strain it. So once I juice the juice, once the juice comes out the juicer, I strain it through and put it into something else, and then I'll pour it in a container. So I don't just take it straight for what it is. So I don't know if that's the case, but that's one thing that I noticed right off of the bat with the Nama, and I was just like, I'm not really feeling that. But it does allow me the comfort to want to juice other things, especially with the recipes. Like, I don't think I would have been wanting to juice this stuff if I had my other juicer. So we'll see. But yeah, so yesterday it was fine. I definitely was like short to the point, but I don't necessarily feel that that was contributing to the fact of not eating anything. Work was just busy, and Thursdays are always like that. So once that's the case, I'm like, let's get this done. We got stuff to do. We ain't got time to dilly-dally and move on. I ended up having some like head discomfort again. I don't necessarily think it was a headache. And I don't particularly get migraines or anything like that. So I do know that that was just like, I feel that it was from my lack of water, because I only drank maybe 16 ounces of water. So I was pretty like, dang about that, but it was just like crazy. So I didn't drink that much water. I ended up drinking more juice because I ended up waking up drinking juice, and then starting off drinking juice as well once I got into work, opposed to doing the water, which is what I did on day one. So trying to find a healthy medium and balance there. I think that's it, y'all. Nothing really to kind of report from there. I am excited that I did up the recipes. So I'm noticing that I'm going to have, because I'm doing my juices today, and when I wrote it out on my sheet, it was 3 recipes for 3 days. So I only had 9 recipes, and I ended up, like I told y'all, it was $94.94 at Sprouts when I bought all of the stuff. So I was like, dang, I'm about to juice all this stuff for 3 days. Like, I'm gonna have to come back. It was kind of adding up in my mind. But then now here we are on the 3rd day, and I'm about to juice. I've already got my stuff downstairs, rinsing, soaking in this, in the mixture that I use to clean the vegetables and fruits. And I have a lot left over. So I feel comfortable that that is going to be able to last me until I go grocery shopping again, which will probably be probably in the next 3 days. And I usually, yeah, so I'm pretty happy and excited about that, because I thought it was gonna be way more expensive. I'm excited to see how this works on my off days, because I work 4 days and I'm off for 3 days. So them off days be a little rough. So I'm excited to see how this works out for me. But it's really easy to juice with the Nama, and it's really easy to clean. So I think that it shouldn't be that much of an issue, but y'all, we gonna see. But that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go and go ahead and get to my juicing. So thanks so much for watching and coming on this journey with me. Until next time, rich people, see you later.